Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My voice is doing weird things. Welcome back if you're new. My name is Kim, and it's been a while. It's been 2 days. I would have posted already by this week, but there's been some things going on with me that I've had to take care of. But how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you are engaging in things that enrich your lives despite all the stress we are experiencing. I hope you are managing your stress as well as you can. I'm doing okay. I could be better, quite honestly. I am currently dealing with some physical health things that I am trying to get right. But I'll be okay. I know I'll be okay. It's a lot, but I'm getting treatments, and I'm taking care of myself, and hopefully I will be able to get back on track. But I have been learning a lot about what it really means to rather processing or really touching base on your emotions and what sort of things you need to not numb or ignore. It's all connected, the physical, the spiritual, so I'm just trying to deal with the anxiety I have regarding doctors and tests, and but I'll be okay. I know I'm going to get back on track. That's what my guides told me. Edgar, actually, I just connected with him, and he told me this before, and he was like, you have to calm down. You can't let the anxiety override our messages to you, or us trying to comfort you, which is, it has been happening. I do deal with anxiety, especially when it comes to, I've always had like lab coat anxiety. So I avoid doctors, which is, not a good thing. But I do want to get myself, I have been thinking of like, I need to get myself on track and deal with exposing myself to these things. So, I've been dealing with that this week, and it's an eye-opening experience while, I'm getting myself back on track, dealing with this anxiety about doctors, any lab coat I'm passing out. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I do want to let you guys know why I've been sort of, I guess, reclusive this week in terms of not uploading as regularly as I usually do. So and again, those of you who are looking or have requested private readings, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not, I just am trying to get myself, the last 2 weeks have been a lot for me. So I'm slowly getting back on track. And by the end of this week, I know I'm late with 1 or 2. So by the end of this week, I'm going to put my time to that. But thank you for your patience. I'm just letting you guys know what has been going on. Okay. It's not cancer, first of all. I just feel like that is something people will go to. No. All right. So, but it's just me taking self-care. it's self-care and things that I have to regulate and get under control, you know, that I'm on board to do. I'm willing to do and get together. Okay, so I don't know why I said it's not cancer, but I just feel like people speculate, and I just, you know. But anyway, Kamala's book. Her book came out. I got it on Audible because I can't just sit and read for some reason. So I got it on Audible and I've been listening to it. I had to stop, quite honestly, because it was upsetting me. It's just so frustrating that she's not our president, because when she was talking about all her ideas, all the ideas she had, hiring a cultural secretary, like, come the freak on. We could have had it all, you know? And so that's the frustrating part for me in all of this, is that she's so good and she is the perfect candidate for presidency. She really is. And just outside of what actually happened, I know she knows, but she can't say it, you know, but she sees everything, and I know she knows what really truly happened. Because it's really devastating and sad. But it almost is like it has to happen this way. I had to pause. I'm going to get back to listening to the book. It's only a 9-hour listen. So I think it's 9 or 19. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to get back to it. But I had to stop because it was upsetting me. I just was like, I just was like, oh, sorry, I was looking at messages on my phone real quick. I just was like, I have to pause this because this is frustrating for me. But I'm going to get back to that. I did watch her Rachel Maddow interview. I watched it last night. It was very good. Oh, she's so good. And I can't wait to get deeper into the book to really like hear the tea, because she's so blunt in this book. The things that I've heard so far is like, whoa, okay. But I can't wait to get through the book so we could talk about it together. Hopefully in a live we can do that. But I do want to do a little channeled message. I did talk a little bit with Edgar about some things, but I want to pull. I'm not quite sure what I want to pull on. It's about Kamala, yes, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wing it. Sometimes I feel like I do the best when I wing it, especially on a topic that I'm really, truly, truly like drawn to and interested in. I do have a few questions regarding the interview that I want to pull on. One of the questions being when Rachel asked her about running for president, and she was very much like, I'm not thinking about that, like very strong in her answer, which is true. I did poll before, a couple of months ago, sometime in the summer, I think, about that. And she's, all the things that she said in the interview, things I pulled on, like her spending time with her family, like being very close, thinking about her mother, all those things. And I was like, wow, I talked about that. And her working on this book, and me seeing her sitting at her desk and pulling this thing and working on this thing, that was what that was. So very cool, very affirming. And I want to see what's coming to her, where she's going. I have pulled regarding her tour, didn't see any danger. I saw a lot of success. This is, even if she's not, um, I know what I've been told. People I've channeled, goddesses, Jesus, that she is on a path. She knows, it's like she, how do I say this? She's this person that is chosen for these big moments and these important positions, but she's like, she wanted to become president because she wanted the country to be okay. She knew she could do the job. She is a true civil servant. It's not about money. It's generally wanting to serve the people, and that is why she's perfect. And it frustrates me when I see people fall into the propaganda about her. People say not too many people, but just like when I see urban blogs post about her in a way that's sort of denigrating the work that she does. I'm just talking about, my people. But other blogs too. Not just the urban ones, but that part the most frustrates me because she genuinely cares about everyone, not just a certain amount of people, not just the left. She cares about the country as a whole, which is what it should be. I could keep going on and on, but she also did an interview with Joy Reid. I started that, but I didn't finish watching that interview, but I will finish watching that. I didn't finish watching that, so, but it's just, we all know what it is. We all know what really happened. Someone sent me a link for Dave Pakman's show, and they had the election auditors talking about, my thing with Dave Pakman is I used to watch him frequently, but I never was really like a huge fan of his because he plays devil advocate too much for me. There's nothing wrong with questioning things, but he does it. I don't like devil's advocate questions or ideas. I don't subscribe to that. Oh, devil's advocate. He does it too much for me. That's why I can't watch him. But anyway, he is very knowledgeable. He's not terrible, but personally for me. But, watch that video. It got 1 million views. It was very eye-opening, very informative, very realistic. Okay. And these people who are doing this, their goal is to basically, first of all, what they're doing is something that's always done. And their goal is basically to just show that we didn't have a free and fair election. And if that comes true, Dave Pakman, he was, not that he was closed-minded to it, but he was just saying things that were just like skeptical. Not that he was saying it's impossible. He's saying he's going to look at the information, but that's sort of the vibe the energy he was giving off. And that really annoyed me, but I get it. I get it. That's his, who he is, and you do want to be informed. You do want to make sure the information is correct, that they're just sort of not doing this on the fly, but they really covered their bases, and the guy was so good in answering the questions. He, and the information and the investigation and how they came to the conclusions that they did, and it's really, really good. And they're taking their time with this and slowly releasing information on certain states, and it's just so good. It's really just like, but the stakes are high with that he did not win legally is essentially what He didn't. And so what do you do with that? But that is it's a huge shit show. You know, it's really bad. It makes our country look really, really bad. I feel like if it comes out that it comes out and people are looking at this, they'll want to deny it, anyone, no matter what quote unquote side they're on, because they didn't protect our elections. How can we trust them to ensure that our elections are free and fair? They aren't, and they haven't been. But that will come out. But that's not even and she made such a good point in her interview, and I said the same thing, that this has been going on for years, that, you know, even when he goes, she either said in a book or in the interview, even when he goes, there'll still be, she said in an interview, Kamala I'm talking about, there'll still be issues. These issues will still exist. The system has to change. And that's the conclusion I feel she has come to. So, that's where we are. Those are my thoughts. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, okay? But, you know, I had a lot to say. Wow, I was talking a lot. But that's pretty much where my thoughts are. I'm gonna do a combo of quick channel messages. It's 4:40 of quick channel messages, and do pull some cards for Kamala, see where she is energetically, like emotionally, see any updates on her book tour, how that's gonna go. I mean, even if she's not even aware of it, she's campaigning again. She's campaigning again. The people want her. We could have had it so good. It wouldn't have been perfect, obviously, but we would not be where we are. And she's calling out so many people, billionaires, the Supreme Court. No one listens to her. Okay? All right, now. Okay, so I did touch base a little bit regarding Donald Trump and his health with Edgar, and said he'll be fine, but then suddenly he'll take a turn. It would be very shocking and like very fast regarding his health. So I might pull some cards, see what's going on there. I don't know. But let's see. What do I want to... This is on the fly, guys, because I didn't even know I was going to channel. What should I talk about? Edgar. He said, talk about the safety that's coming to America. That was random. Okay, what do you mean by that? Is this okay? He's saying the country will feel safe and secure in a matter of weeks. He's like showing me different layers energetically, I see. He's saying like he's showing me like the things he said to me before, like yes, there'll be chaos. There's going to be chaos, but there's a feeling of security here for some reason. On one layer it's like yes, this is with DT's essence going, he used the word disappearing. Why did you say disappearing? Oh, he said like his essence disappearing. He's saying JD Vance will step up, but this won't last long. It'll be a disaster. Same thing. It hasn't changed. He's like the tone of his voice is amused, like be dismantled, or just it will be a terrible disaster. What is that word he's saying? Let me look it up. I don't know what it means. I've heard the word before, but I'm not sure what it means. Is that Google? Okay. I don't know if I spelled it right. Using what? Yeah, he said it'll be he used the phrase demagogy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Demagogy, DEMA. Is that the right? Hold on. DEMAGOGY is what he said in reference to JD Vance stepping up. But say that again, the sentence. It'll be right with demagogy, which is not that much different. I'm reading the definition. It says the practice of using arguments that appeal to emotions, prejudices, and fear rather than reason or sound arguments to gain political power, which is pretty much, par for the course. Why won't that? But he's mentioning this like, oh, it'll be this way. It'll be a disaster. And he's saying it'll be a demigod, but he's saying it's not going to settle in the way it is. That what you're saying? He's saying yes, it won't work. There's a wall of energy there that he won't be able to penetrate. He said because his spirit is weak. Weak in what way? He's saying, I said weak in what way? He didn't go specifically, but he said weak in a way that would be visible to the naked eye. He said he is simply not Donald Trump. Will he go to the full term? Will he finish out? Will he go? He's saying I'm not sure. What he's showing me is in the energy. He's showing me that not the Democrats, the Republicans will turn on him. It'll be such a grand disaster. If you haven't watched my Turning Point videos, please go back and watch it because the tower is there. It'll be such a grand disaster. It'll be bad. And so that's where a lot of the chaos will come from. That's where more information will come out. The energy is not there in terms of like, it's not there in terms of whether or not he'll be there the rest of the time. It's not sussed out, but it's gonna just not be good. Like the base will fall apart. Okay? Okay. Another thing I wanted to point out, I should ask about Kamala. But another thing I wanted to, well, I'll talk about that after. Let me just ask a few Kamala questions if he could answer. Okay, so will Kamala be president? So now she's, like I read before, she didn't say I'm not interested. She said I'm not thinking about that. I asked this before and the answer was that's not the most important thing at that time. Is that still? Yeah, it's the same. He said, there's some. Is there still so much in between all this chaos between that and her? He's saying yes, because there are a few things that have to settle in. But it's the same. They will come to her. They'll ask her. Almost it feels like begging, quite frankly, for her to run. So much will come out. And it'll be a process, and it'll be a new process, perhaps. I'm not 100%. Will there be a new process? Because he keeps saying the word I keep hearing the word process. Yeah. He said there'll be a few new processes. Sorry for the long. I was just listening. But okay, so there we go. There we have it. Okay. I want to ask a few questions and see if Spirit can answer. Let me get this deck out. But I want to also talk about Laura Loomer and the horrible thing she said about Jasmine Crockett. And I haven't been keeping a close eye on the story, but has anyone come to her defense? Any of her colleagues in Jasmine Crockett? Is Laura Loomer still employed? These are the questions I need answers to. I don't know. Some of these is not surprising, but some of these Democrats, they are okay with casual racism too much for me. I don't know. Some of y'all. Okay. Okay, let's see. Jasmine. And she was a part. And I read that too when I channeled Jasmine Crockett. She was one of the people in Kamala's STAR program. And she told me, she mentors me. I remember that. She's really the one that I was joking with a friend talking about what I want to see in Congress is like arguing and yelling and people throwing things, because people need to see how bad off we are. I was joking, but kind of not, I don't see anything about it. I don't know. She said some horrible things, and I don't know what's going on. But I just wanted to talk about it. If no one came to her defense, if no one demanded, that to me is a clear sign that not only have we been far gone, but we are really in the pits. That you could conduct yourself in this way. I don't know, guys. The devil came out, but I'm just making sure the cards are good. Okay, so let's see how she's doing, Kamala. Her little time. Oh, put this thing on here. Okay, 454. Let's see how long I've been doing this for. Not that long, I don't think. Okay, about 35, 36 minutes. Alright, so let's see how Kamala's doing energetically. Let me spray. Eight of Swords. Is this her card? Kind of came out in reverse. Let me just, if it comes up again, it doesn't feel like her card. Kamala, how she's doing energetically. Queen of Cups. Yeah, that tracks, that tracks. Ten of Cups. Lots of cups. Page of Pentacles. Slow and steady. She's doing a lot of interviews. Very focused on her words. Who that Rachel Maddow? If y'all didn't watch that, go watch it. It was so good. Yes, the Chariot. I am in control of the narrative. Five of Wands. Some internal conflicts going on. Maybe perhaps regarding the direction of her life. You know? The Sun. Listen guys. She's A-okay. She's okay. Three of Wands. Yep, looking ahead. Looking ahead to the future. Contemplating what's coming to her, perhaps. What I predict is going to happen is that going on this tour and seeing all these people supporting her is going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not uplift, but motivate this feeling, bring back this feeling again for her of she never lost a feeling of working for the people, but this sort of, she's dealt with the disappointment and the heartbreak of what happened. This is the process of her dealing with it, her writing it, her experience like that was very cathartic. That's what she needed to do. And she's going to see the support. It's going to surprise her. You know it logically and intellectually, but when you're standing in the room in an arena and you see all these people, the excitement will come back. Okay, Queen of Cups, Ten of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, Five of Wands, the Sun, and Three of Wands. Let's get a clarifier for the Five of Wands. What is the conflict about? Okay. Page of Wands. Let me get one more. The Magician. King of Cups. Page of Wands and the King of Cups as a clarifier for the Five of Wands. It feels like with the Five of Wands, it feels like an inner because you have the Chariot here. Chariot's about, it's a card of battle. It's a card of control. I'm in control of the narrative. I'm in control of how things go. I'm in control of my voice and what I say. This is what the feeling I get here. Okay? There's a lot of focus here with the Page of Pentacles. Slow, steady work. She spends a lot of time with her family. Ten of Cups. Okay? She's emotionally stable. She knows what she wants to say. She knows what she needs to say. This here is about holding the balance, though, of not tempering herself, saying what she needs to say. Okay? It's in between the Sun and the Chariot, the Five of Wands. Honestly, it feels as though she's saying here, because Five of Wands is also a card of exposure, even though this is about emotions. When the Page of Wands is here, though, you just throw up you say, listen. Page of Wands is adventurous, impulsive. They say what they want. They say what they need to. And the King of Cups is on top here. She's not going to, words are hard. Not temper isn't the right word. What is the word I'm looking for? When you censor. She's not going to try and censor herself too much. She has a lot to say. She has a lot to expose. Okay? The Sun is there. She's feeling great. She's feeling abundant. She's seeing that, wow, people really are showing up and showing out for me. She's seeing that. And here she's waiting for something with the Three of Wands. She's looking over at something. Let me get a clarifier for that. Justice. It's on the bottom. Vindication. Is that her card, Edgar? He said yes. Okay. Put it there. And the bottom is her card. King of Wands. Is a clarifier for the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is waiting for the results of your hard work, your plans that you've implemented. Come in. She's doing well emotionally, energetically. She's doing great. She is ready to go. She does not turn her nose up at hard work. Let's look at her tour again. Let's do that real quick. Tell me about her tour. What's coming to her? Any success? I read this. This will be my 3rd or 4th time. The cards are always pretty much the same, but let's see where the energy is today. Starting today, I believe. First day. Kamala's tour. Okay, this card wants to come out. 9 of Cups. Very nice. Let's see if this card wants to come out. The Star. Yeah, attention will be on her. People will be cheering her on. Is this person naked? Yeah, she a little naked. Yeah, the Star. That's true. Very nice. Okay, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. The Tower in reverse is on the bottom. 10 of Cups again. The Fool, new beginning. Listen. 8 of Cups. Very nice. Page of Wands, the same cards. It's the same cards, guys. Page of Wands. King of Cups, the Sun. Let me shuffle. It's telling me to shuffle. Six of Cups, our mother. So the mother's energy. The things her mother told her, who she's going to be, you know, what greatness she will be, taking things from the past and bringing them into the present from your experiences. New beginnings. Taking a leap of faith, and the Star is here. Inner guidance. Also attention, the Star represents. Externally, people looking at you, bringing a feeling of faith and hope. 9 of Cups. You know, the 9 of Cups is the greedy merchant. But on the flip side is looking at these other cards, right? 9 of Cups is about stopping to enjoy your hard work, contentment, satisfaction. 10 of Cups, a joy, abundance, overall contentment with what you're doing, who you're around. That's the energy she needs. Like, she really honestly wants to turn away and take a break from politics, because it really is a harsh, not that she can't handle it, but she's really not focused on that right now. But she doesn't know what is coming for her. She doesn't know what's coming towards her. They will beg her. Oh. Okay, 8 of Cups, walking away from something, right? That she's doing. And you're walking into something better, something different, something unknown, but you know it'll be okay. Page of Wands, adventure. Page of Wands, they throw their wands up in the air, not caring where it lands. They bring news, it's a carefree, free attitude, which is that's not what she had before. She had a lot of restrictions. She doesn't have that now. King of Cups, emotional stability. This Taurus will be, I don't see danger here. I see celebration, success, abundance, happiness, contentment, joy, exposure, coming from the darkness to the light. Look, the stars are here, shining bright. That's what she said in her concession speech. The sun is here. Dark, the 6 of Cups, her mother's energy. Let's look at her future. Let's see what's coming to her. Okay, let's ask the pendulum. Just no. This is yes. Okay, real quick. There's so much. Before I ask this, I want you guys to understand that there's so much in between. There's so much energy that's very chaotic in between the question I'm about to ask, okay? All the things that I've seen, all the things that in the past, in the beginning of the year, of her being in these speaking in front of all these people, is this moment. Her grabbing these plans is her writing, her being the things I've seen when I've channeled her, sitting at her desk doing something, spending time with her family, when I've pulled and seeing, this restriction, and it's this moment. Okay. Well, Kamala Harris, I'm going to just keep it simple. Well, Kamala Harris, first I haven't picked up the pendulum in a minute. The energy feels very strong, first of all. Spirit guides, are you with me? They're always with me. Okay, clear the center. I'm gonna test it. Why not? I just feel like it. My name is Bambi. Okay, this is no. Clear the center. My name is Kimberly. Okay. Yes. All right, clear the center. Okay. So it's moving. I could feel the energy. It's so weird when it pushes. Will Kamala Harris become the president of the United States? Will Kamala Harris become the president of the United States? Okay. That is a yes. A strong yes. Clear to center. Will JD Vance last? Hold on, it's still moving. Will JD Vance last as Vice President of the United States? Will he last? Will JD Vance last? See, it's saying no. It's very much it's saying no, but the energy is very small. It's not pushing as hard because it doesn't feel sussed, you know? It doesn't feel like there are things that it's going to be a disaster, but it feels like there are things that has to go in between. You know, I don't see that yet. Okay. Okay, so her future. What's coming towards her? What is coming towards Kamala? The Page of Wands again. Oh, Page of Wands and Eight of Cups. Are these her cards? Saying yes. Page of Swords. You know, a lot of talking. The Hermit. She has a decision she will have to make. Crossroads. Hermit is about your purpose. Two of Wands. Strength. Page of Pentacles. The Magician. Power. Power, influence. Page of Cups. The Emperor. I mean, come on, guys. Leadership, authority. This is a journey. This Strength card. Is this Strength? No, this is Two of Cups. No, this is Strength. Hold on. For some reason, I think this is Two of Cups. Yeah, Two of Cups. They have the lion here, and I always confuse these two these two illustrations. Two of Cups and Two of Wands. This is a journey. King of Pentacles. What is coming towards her? Okay, I'll let you guys go soon. Factor. Okay. Ultimate. Knight of Cups. Temperance. Okay. She has a journey. She definitely has a journey, and it's about, not necessarily about self-discovery, but rediscovering, rather. Maybe even what her purpose is. This tour will help her rediscover that. Not to say she doesn't know what her purpose is, but she's in a space of not surprise or shock, but a little bit of disillusionment, I will say. And so she will have a lot to think about. But this is a journey that will set her on the path to power, authority. You have the Magician and the Emperor here. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Page of Swords. So she's learning or even relearning things. Okay. Let me get a, because it feels like she may, even after this tour, she may go back into hermit mode to contemplate her next moves. She hasn't, if you haven't noticed, she hasn't talked about what she's doing. She's focused on this and this only, but this is going to remind her of that, remind her that the people truly want her. She knows that. I want to look at Temperance. Wanted to come out. It's here. Healing. Give me one more. Seven of Cups. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Eight of Swords. Interesting, interesting. That's from the old. Seven of Cups. Yeah, she will have some choices to make. Four of Swords, a lot of introspection after this moment. But the Magician, let's pull away these cards, the minor cards, and look at the major ones. It's the Knight of Cups. Okay. Make sure I have all of them. Oh, that's what I meant to grab. If I were to put it in order of her journey, I would put it in this order: Hermit, Magician, Emperor, Temperance. Or even this. Hermit, Temperance, Magician, Emperor. 4 major cards. Deep contemplation on your fork in the road. Do you go left or right? Okay. Temperance is healing, finding the balance on many things. The Magician is power, what you can manifest. You have everything you need to be successful. And then you have the Emperor, the ultimate authority. Leadership, control. Big power there, the Emperor. Let's see what choice she'll make. Maybe I should pull up all the cards. Maybe I should use another deck. What choice will she make? Let's see if they can predict. Can you show me, please? Hangman's on the bottom. This is from another. It's from a card I just pulled. What choice will she make? Those cards come up. Those are her cards. To focus. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. 3 of Cups. Okay. Page of Pentacles again. The Hermit again. The Hermit again. Judgment. Tower. The Sun. The same cards. The Tower is here. It's a shaking up of the Tower, look at these other cards. Shaking up a foundation. Here, you're prioritizing something. She will be thinking deeply about what she's doing next. The Sun is the ultimate. After the Tower, the Sun. The thing about Kamala is she learns lessons. She always comes in with a different angle. She doesn't do this, repeat the same things. The Sun twice. It'll be interesting. It'll be hairy and sticky, is what I see. Okay, it'll be a lot. They will have to beg her. She doesn't want to go through a lot of what she went through again, quite honestly. It'll be different. This will rejuvenate her, this tour, and remind her. One more, and then I'll let you go. Oh, I didn't even ask the question. I asked it in my head, guys. Sometimes I don't ask out loud. Interesting. Let's see if that comes out again. Hierophant? Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Okay, interesting. I was just asking about, you know who. It looks like exactly what he said, Edgar. That he'll appear fine, and then those things will get crazy suddenly. There will be a lot of treatments, and that's why I saw a lot of treatments. Okay. I didn't want to go into it. It's over an hour. I will see you guys tomorrow in the Q&A. Go to posts and post your question, not in these comments, okay? Because I may not see them. So go to the post tab on the main page, and you could ask your question under the post that I made. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Q&A, okay? Like the video. Goodbye.